Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, is releasing 2 new albums under his name Childish Gambino before leaving that and then only pursuing his acting career as Donald Glover like he's doing right now. So today I want to talk about what these new albums are, how we know about them, and when we can expect them to drop. So let's jump straight into this. If you want to stay up to date with everything surrounding hip-hop, make sure to subscribe and also become a part of this community by joining our Discord server in the description. Now, all of this happened about 2 weeks ago already, and it kind of got lost in the middle of all the stuff that was happening with the beef of the big 3, and we've also had Vultures 2 on the horizon, but it's not something that I wanted to leave out. That's why I'm reporting on it now a little bit later, but it's definitely a story that I want to stay active on, and if anything develops, keep y'all updated. So that's the reason this video comes a little bit late. But let's talk about what actually happened and what Donald actually told us. So the last Childish Gambino project was over 4 years ago when 3/15/20 dropped right after the pandemic really started, and it was just this project with a white cover and not even names for the titles. It was just the timestamps, and it kind of dropped all of a sudden. Nobody really realized that it was here now. I listened to it back then. I have to admit that I haven't gone back to it as much. It wasn't his most successful project, to be completely honest. Older stuff was definitely more popular, but it's still a fan favorite and people like the album for what it is. And since then, his involvement in music hasn't been that vivid. He's really done a lot of acting in the meantime as well and pursued other projects. But he started this new, it's called Gilga Radio, which is some sort of connection to Instagram, which is basically like a podcast, I believe, where he's just talking about what he's working on. And it started in the middle of April, and I believe new episode 3 should come out in May. So if you want to stay up to date with that, then definitely go follow him on Twitter or anywhere else, because that's where he'll keep you updated. But on that radio show, on this new radio show that he's hosting or that he's talking on, he talked about new music, and he actually announced that there's going to be 2 new albums dropping under the name Childish Gambino before he's leaving that name in the past and just moving forward as Donald Glover, as we kind of thought he already had, because we haven't gotten a new album in over 4 years. But he's saying that there's going to be 2 new albums, so I guess that's really a positive for all the fans. Now, connected to this, before we go into what he said on that Gilga Radio show, he gave us a little glimpse into what this new album could be like on social media when he posted a track list for this thing, actually. So this right here is a post on Instagram, an Instagram story, where we can tell that this album is going to be called ATAVISTA, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And we could see the entire album, 11 songs, 55 minutes, with a track list with ATAVISTA, Algorithm, Time, Silo Saibe, To Be Hunted, Sweet Thing, Lilfoot, Bigfoot, Why Go to the Party, Human Sacrifice, Violence, and Final Church. And this, to a lot of people, seemed very familiar. We're going to talk about it in a second why. And also, he gave us, I believe this is from the same sort of post that he did, he gave us a cover art. Correct me if I'm wrong if that is not the one that he used, but this is the one we have so far. Looks pretty weird. Let me know how y'all feel about it. I guess it's an updated version of the 3/15/20 cover with the white background. I don't know what it means. If any really hardcore fans out there know what this could mean, then let me know. And so a lot of people saw a lot of similarities between those titles and the track list of 3/15/20, because it's basically going to be 3/15/20 as an updated version. He talked about this on that radio show. He said, the project I put out, 3/15/20, that no one's ever heard of, people didn't even know I put it out, it was originally titled ATAVISTA. It was supposed to be ATAVISTA, so the new one that he previewed. But we put it out quickly. I didn't master or mix it. I just kind of put it out. I was going through a lot. People thought everybody was going to die because it was the pandemic. We put it out. We finished it. It's ATAVISTA. We're putting that out. But then after that, there's a Childish Gambino album, the final Childish Gambino album. And so this is the reason for the re-release of 3/15/20, or as we can call it from now on forward, ATAVISTA, which was the actual OG name. And it seems like he rushed it out because he thought everybody was going to die during the pandemic. I don't know what was going on there. Maybe also commercial incentives behind that, because They knew everybody was going to be stuck at home and listening to music. I don't know what was going on back then. Honestly, it doesn't matter. It's been over 4 years. Now we're getting the updated version. I'm excited to see what is updated. Now, there were already a couple of changes that have been reported on that we're going to go over real quick, which is definitely that the titles are properly titled, but the track 3222 is not included in the new track list, which it's subtracted by a song. So the original 31520 track list was 12 tracks. The ATAVISTA track list is only 11 tracks. And also that the single Feels Like Summer, which you might know from like 2018, I believe, which was a big single. That was a big moment, I think, right around This Is America too, has now been replaced with Human Sacrifice, which is a fan favorite. And I think that that's also going to be a banger and a song that a lot of people are going to be listening to. So I guess that's a positive for the fans. So that's all for the first album. The first album is just ATAVISTA. It's just, we have some new songs on there. We have a removal of a track on there, but also it's a properly mixed and mastered version of 31520. So I'm excited for that. But when it comes to the second album, so the final Childish Gambino album, as he called it, that is actually going to be connected to a film that he's doing, Bandor Storm and the New World, and it will serve as the soundtrack for that. So it's going to be connected to a movie he's doing, maybe fluidly transitioning into that next chapter, into that next era of his career, which is going to be more acting focused. I mean, he's mainly been an actor the past 10 years. That's honestly been his main focus. But still, he does some great music, so we always see him for that as well. I think he's a very multi-talented person, and it's going to be connected to that. That's going to be the last project that he's doing under Childish Gambino. We don't know if he's going to pursue some other musical stuff under Donald Glover or, as part of a duo, whatever. There's a lot of possibilities you can do. But I think after that, it's going to be done for Childish Gambino, which is obviously sad, but you should leave when, the pinnacle of your career is there. And I guess that was a little time ago, Grammy nominations and all that stuff. But I'm still happy that he's putting out some new music. And, I guess, a lot of fans are going to be sad. But let's see this as positive. Let's see this as positive that we're still getting some albums at least. An updated version of his latest and a completely new one. So I see this very positively. But we have to wait and see how this all turns out. I think we can kind of expect ATAVISTA this summer. He's always been a summer drop kind of guy. Or at least, spring, summer. And we can expect the other album in 1, 2, 3 years time, also depending on when the movie's coming out. So let's see how this all develops. I'll keep you all updated. As I said, this is not a story that I want to just let slack. We're going to be reporting on this. We're going to be talking about Childish Gambino because I'm also very excited for that. So now I want to know what y'all think about this. Which album are you more excited for? Are you excited for ATAVISTA to hear what the full vision sounds like, or for that soundtrack that he's doing? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and you'll take care.